Once we know the meaning of power sharing, what is important for us to understand is how many types of power sharing are possible in a democracy. Now, first of all, in a democracy, distribution of power is very much needed so that each diverse group, each view has got its place in the system, and that is why we talk about power sharing. There are various forms of power sharing that can be between different organs of government, like between legislative, executive and judiciary. It could be between government of different levels, that is in a federal government, between central and state government, and even power is shared with Gram Panchayat. Then power sharing could be between different social groups, like you have seen the case of Belgium, where they had a community government to adjust the linguistic diversity. And finally, power is also shared between political parties and social groups, which are actually an inseparable part of any democracy. Let's see this in detail. The first one is when different organs of government, the power is shared. So basically, when power is shared between different organs of government, there is a balance in power. No organ gets unlimited power and they check each other. That is the biggest advantage of it. When we have amongst government at different level, that is your central, then state and then local government, then this is also called as the vertical division of power, and constitutional distribution is done, means the power of each level is clearly defined in the constitution. A general government is there for the entire country, governments are there for the states, and finally the governments are there for local self-government also. Another form of power sharing is when power is shared between social groups, religious and linguistic groups. This you can understand in a way that every linguistic group or every religious group have got their own viewpoints, their own mindsets that are supposed to be addressed for accommodation. So when they have got their share in power, this can be addressed easily. Then between political parties, pressure groups and movement groups, that is an essential part of any democracy, where the influence of interest groups, businessmen, farmers, well definitely we have seen in the recent time how farmers affected the policy making in that ways, and coalition government is actually becoming very prominent, so political parties are having their increased role in power sharing. The meaning of the moral of the whole thing is that power is not something that is concentrated as at one point, rather it is shared with all the components that we can expect in a democracy. Thank you.